Welcome to Know Before You Go for the 23rd Sunday in Ordinary Time. My name is Father Brian Walker. It's interesting what we have in the gospel today. We hear that Jesus is talking to his disciples and basically telling them that what they need to do and how they need to do it. But basically what he is saying is that they need to do it in community. I oftentimes in my preaching think about my own life and the things that have happened in the past, and oftentimes where I think I need to go. When I was a child, I was very much one of those who was a loner. I didn't seem to fit in with a whole lot of people. I wasn't always funny. I wasn't always active in different activities. And so I did a lot of things on my own. I also grew up with one sister, and my sister is 4 years younger than I. And so as a result, there were a lot of things that I had to do on my own. I wasn't always the best in school, but my grades weren't that bad. But I did have to work. And so in working at certain things, I learned to do a lot on my own. That has basically shaped my life throughout. A lot of things I've had to learn on my own. One of the things that I enjoy doing now is crocheting. I spend time crocheting, and people always look at me as if to say, "What the heck are you doing? Why are you wasting your time on that?" But one of the things that I've also learned in doing my crocheting is that I spend a lot of time doing it, and I am on my own, but I'm also doing what I can to help out other people. I try and sell the things that I make, and then what I do is help out people in the missions in Mexico and in Central and South America. And so I realize that these are gifts and talents that I have. And so I try to use it for the betterment of others. But there are a lot of things that you can't do on your own. There are so many things that you have to do in community. Jesus talks about the community. He talks about the church. He talks about the people, and wherever 2 or 3 are gathered, there he is in their midst. He also talks about the possibilities of conflict. And he says what one should do if there is conflict, that you should talk it amongst yourselves. And if not, if that doesn't work, then what you need to do is make sure that you bring in others so that the church is involved, so that it's not just a private, personal thing. And then if the conflict continues, and even if people do not listen to the church, to the gathering, to the community, then you basically have to just shun them and treat them differently, as if they were a tax collector or someone who is not involved at all in the community. We have to think about the things that we do in community. And even though I grew up as that shy young kid doing things on his own, I found myself still wanting to be part of something greater than just myself, becoming a part of the community, becoming a part of the church. And so here I stand before you as a Dominican, a preacher, one who was in many ways started off as being very shy, and even today still being very shy, but realizing that there's something that I have to do to make sure that the community is built up. And so I try to give words of comfort. I try to give words of encouragement. I try to make sure that the message of Jesus is shared with the entire world. And so I'm doing my part by doing things such as this, preaching. But I also realize that it's not just my preaching, but it's the preaching that we do, the work that we do in the name of the community. And we make sure that we are part of the community. It's like sports. There are so many communal sports that have to be done. There's so many things that you have to do together in a group, as a team. And so we are called to be part of that team. We are called to use our talents, our skills to help out the team, to build up. We are here to build up one another. We are here to build up Jesus. And all of us who are preaching, all of us who are teaching, all of us who are doing so much that we can do to build up Christ, we're doing it as a team to help out and to show the world that we are united. Differences do come. There are times when it's difficult to get along with the rest of the team, but we do our best because our focus is on Jesus. Make sure that what you do today does the same thing. Help to create an atmosphere of love, of caring, and most especially of teamwork. We are here to build up Jesus, to make sure that the message is carried on. Do what you can. Preach the word wherever you are and whatever you do. Amen.